Hello viewers, welcome to you all once again in the another session of mathematics. At the time we were discussing about uh, the way of deriving the formulas of mensuration chapter, and especially the plane figures as well as the solid object. At the time we had discussed about using a formula, by the help of that formula deriving other formulas. Okay, one is, at the time what did we use? 1 by 2 this side into sine middle angle. By using in a triangle, how many formulas can be derived of the different other, so for example rectangle, square, and then after equilateral triangle, right angle triangle, so on. Now today at the time also I had told to focus on this formula 1 by 2 base into height. By the help of this formula, okay, and the bygone formula, those two formulas are in that way became vital, dear everyone. If we are able to use these two formulas in each and every plane surface as well as the solid object, then we can derive the formulas to find out the area of the different other figures as well. By cutting those figures either by diagonal or other straight lines, we can derive the formulas of those other. So today is the turn of deriving the formula of isosceles triangle. How to find out the area of isosceles triangle, and in case of isosceles triangle, trapezium, quadrilateral, kite, rhombus, parallelogram, if we use this formula, if we know this formula, it becomes sufficient to derive. Okay, in order to derive the formula of parallelogram, in order to derive the formula of quadrilateral, trapezium, and then after isosceles triangle and so on, we use this formula. Okay, by the help of this formula, now I'm going to focus. Look at here. Once the down on line which is horizontal to the perpendicular is known as the base, and then after the perpendicular line or the altitude is known as the height. So by using this concept, the area of triangle becomes 1 by 2 base into height. So by using the same formula, how can we derive the formula of isosceles triangle? Let's focus. Okay, and I have already requested you all, especially to my dear students, to use this type of concept in order to remember the formulas. Okay, घोकेर होइन, यसरी बुझेर चाहिँ गर्यो भने कहिल्यै पनि हामीले फर्मुलाहरू बिर्सिन्नौँ, त्यो कुरालाई ध्यान दिने. Okay, now I am going to derive the formula of isosceles triangle. First of all, in order to derive the formula, at the time also I had told you need to know the characteristics or the properties of the specific figure. In case of isosceles triangle, it is the case of knowing properties of isosceles triangle. So what like triangle is known as isosceles triangle? At the time I had discussed, we discussed about the types of different types of triangle. Among them isosceles triangle also we discussed. So a triangle whose two sides are equal, and opposite to the two equal sides, the angles which are base angles are equal to each other, such type of triangle is known as the isosceles triangle. So I am going to write the length of the equal side as x. Okay, for example these two sides are x. If one is x, another also x. Why is it so? Because they are equal to each other. Now the non-equal side I am going to suppose as a. Okay, let's suppose the non-equal side as a. That means the length of this one as a. Now in order to use this formula, we need the perpendicular line. So I'm going to draw a perpendicular line through the vertex of the isosceles triangle. Okay, in this way, in here. Okay, this one is the height. Base is as a, and then after height we found as h. So 1 by 2 a into h, if you do, then this formula won't be sufficient. Okay, so we need to convert h also in terms of the sides of the isosceles triangle. As also we need to find out in terms of x and then after a. Then after only we can derive the formula. Okay, in order to find out the value of h from the vertex, the perpendicular line h which comes down to the base. Okay, when it meets to a certain point of base, at the time it divides, in case of isosceles triangle and equilateral triangle, the whole base is divided into two equal halves. Okay, this side half, this side also half. It means the length of this one is a by 2, okay, and this side also a by 2. A by 2, A by 2. 50% is altogether, the whole 100% is divided into two equal halves. A by 2 and this side also A by 2 altogether. That means if the length of this side, base side, is 10 centimeter, then 50% of 10 centimeter means what? 5 centimeter will be this side and 5 centimeter will be this side. It is a theorem. The theorem goes like this: a perpendicular line through the vertex of an isosceles triangle or the equilateral triangle is bisector to the base. A line through the vertex of an isosceles triangle is, if it is perpendicular to the base, at the time it bisects the base. That means the whole base is bisect, means it divides equally into two equal halves. So by taking that concept, now our target is to find out h in terms of x and a. So if we use Pythagoras theorem in this right angle triangle or in this right angle triangle, among those two you can use in any one. So what happens? H equals to, it means perpendicular to this right angle triangle, isn't it? So h equals to root under, because Pythagoras theorem say that perpendicular square equals to hypotenuse square minus base square. If you take that side, now square taking that side, it will be what? Root under. So h square, 90 degrees opposite x square, hypotenuse square became x square. Now minus base square. Base means to this right angle triangle, just only to this one. Okay, we are going to take just only this part of this whole isosceles triangle as a right angle triangle. So opposite to 90 degree, this one is hypotenuse and this one is base and this one is perpendicular. So perpendicular is square, or the perpendicular equals to root under. When we take square that side, it becomes root under minus, now base square means, base means a by 2's whole square, isn't it? Now if we proceed to this one, we will get the value of h. So first of all, let's proceed to this one: x square minus a square, a square. Now 2's square, it will be 4. Now whole root under, we need to take the LCM at first in between 1 and 4, because nothing remain in the down as a denominator, means there will be 1. So 1 and 4. Okay, what will be the LCM? It will be 4. Now in up, 4x square minus a square whole root under, isn't it? And then after, if we carry that step, I am going to write in here. Okay, what will be? h equals to 4x square minus a square. Root under cannot be cancelled, so it remain like this. But in case of down on, as it is the whole root under 4, the root under 4 means it equals to 2. Root under 4 equals to 2. Now we got the value of h in terms of x and a. X and a represents the sides of the isosceles triangle. Now if we use this formula, what happens? Area of isosceles triangle equals to 1 by 2. Now what is the base? Base, as per this figure, is non-equal side is remain as base. So a, and into height means we got just now the value of height as 4x square minus a square whole root under divide by 2. To the numerator only, it will be the root under. Why did we do this all things? Because we had to find out the value of h in terms of the sides of the isosceles triangle. So we found by using Pythagoras theorem in here, x square minus a by 2 whole square whole root under as a value of h. So by proceeding it, we got the value of h as root under 4x square minus a square whole divided by 2. So by keeping the value of h in here, 1 by 2, the general triangles formula is 1 by 2 base into height. So 1 by 2 base means, as per this figure, This one is a base, isn't it? We suppose already as a to the base. Now height we got just now by using Pythagoras theorem as this one. Now when we multiply the fractional numbers, this one is also fractional because it is in the form of numerator as well as denominator, in the form of numerator and denominator. Now what is this? In just down to this a there is 1. So here is 1. At the time when fractional numbers are multiplied to each other, at the time what do I have to do? Numerator should be multiplied with the numerator and denominator should be multiplied with the denominator. It means 1 a and this one, okay, will multiply each other, and 2, 1 and 2 will multiply each other as a denominator. So 1, it will remain 1, okay, in terms of number, because there is no other number, so it will remain as 1. 2 2s are 4, okay, or you can write directly as like this as well. A 1s are a, so it will remain as a. Now 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, a by 4. Now whole root under, what is remain in here? It is better to keep just same 4x square minus a square as the root under value. So in book you will get, dear student, this formula as the formula of isosceles triangle area finding. Okay, if you need to find out the area of isosceles triangle, at the time we use this formula. But if you know how to derive those formula, then of course whenever necessary you can take out that formula and you can solve any type of questions regarding isosceles triangle. And when to use this formula, at what time this formula should be used, let's focus on that. Okay, for example, one isosceles triangle is given. The length of this isosceles triangle, I know the two sides are mentioned as 6 centimeter. This one is 6 centimeter, this one is 6 centimeter, and this one is given as 10 centimeter. Now if question say to find out the area of this isosceles triangle, at the time what we have to do, this is the non-equal side, we need to suppose as a. So 10 centimeter means a equals to 10 centimeter. We got as the value of a as 10 centimeter. So in case of formula where there is written a, in that place we need to keep the value of a as 10 centimeter. Here also 10, here also 10 square, as there is square. Now x means equal side, so x we got as 6 centimeter, isn't it? 6 centimeter. So in this way, looking at the sides of the isosceles triangle, we can find out the area of the isosceles triangle. So now let's keep this one. Okay, if we keep this value in here, what happens? What will be the area? Let's find out. A came as 10 centimeter, isn't it? As per this figure, a came as 10 centimeter and x came as 6 centimeter. Always we need to keep in mind, dear student, that is what do you mean by x and what do you mean by a. Okay, a represents the non-equal side. In the isosceles triangle, the non-equal side is known as a, and then after the equal side is known as x. So x is given as 6 centimeter and a is given as 10 centimeter. Let's keep in here, what will be 10 by 4, because the value of a we have already got as 10 centimeter as per the question. Now whole root under 4 times x square. X square means 6 square. The value of x is 6, so 6 square minus now a square. A square means 10 square. Now we need to proceed to this one, isn't it? What will be 10 by 4 means 2.5, isn't it? Or you can keep in the fractional form as well. 10 by 4 equals to 10 divided by 4 equals to 2.5. Now whole root under 36, isn't it? 4 into 36 minus 100, is it? Now 2.5, now what will be? It will be 144 minus now 100. 36 fours are 144 minus 100. It equals to, now I am going to proceed to this one in here. Okay, here is the place. So area of isosceles triangle equals to 2.5 whole root under 44. 144 minus 100 equals to 44. Now by using calculator you can calculate this one, and then after multiply to this 2.5, whatever the answer comes, that is the, we need to write that, or you can write directly to this one also in the form of root under. And the unit in this question, what was used? Centimeter. So if centimeter is the unit of the length of the side, at the time the area's unit becomes centimeter square. If the unit is meter, then at the time area's unit comes as meter square. So as in this question there is mentioned centimeter, so the unit whatever it is to be used in here, it will come in the place of centimeter. So therefore area of triangle equals to, area of isosceles triangle equals to 2.5 root under 44 centimeter square. Or you can write directly in this form as well, rather than doing so 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10, isn't it? So you can keep this one as 5 by 2. You can do like this as well. In the form of fraction also you can keep 5 by 2, and in here also 5 by 2, and here also you can keep as 5 by 2. If you want to convert into decimal, then you need to write 2.5, and then after you can multiply the decimal value of 44 as well. So this is the way of solving, finding out the area of isosceles triangle. And whenever the question is given, okay, at the time the two sides will be given, okay, one is equal side. Among those three sides of the isosceles triangle, two sides are equal to each other, and the non-equal one will be given. So by using those two sides, two dimensions of the isosceles triangle, you can find out the area of isosceles triangle. So this is the way of deriving formula. But dear student, you don't need to show this all. You need to do roughly in order to remember the formula. मैले चाहिँ यो प्रत्येक क्वेशनमा यसो गर्नुपर्छ भनेको होइन, के गर्नुपर्छ, यो फर्मुला चाहिँ याद भएन भने हामीले यसरी डिराइभ गरेर निकाल्ने, अनि त्यस पछाडि जुन क्वेशन हो त्यो क्वेशनमा युज गर्ने. I wanted to say that, okay. So but it doesn't mean that you need to always derive this formula and you need to show. It is not compulsory task, okay. Directly if you know the formula, then directly keep this formula. If you don't know, at the time derive the formula in that way by using the concept of area of general triangle as 1 by 2 base into height. So this is the way of deriving the formula of isosceles triangle. Now let's focus on another. Number 2, area of trapezium. How to find out the area of trapezium? By using the same formula. Okay, we are going to use just only 1 by 2 base into height in order to find out the area of trapezium. That means in order to find out the formula of area finding of trapezium. Then let's prepare a trapezium. What like figure is known as trapezium? We must keep in mind those two opposite lines are parallel to each other, but those two lines are not equal to each other. Neither these two lines are equal to each other, nor these two lines are equal to each other. But among those four sides, opposite two sides are parallel to each other, and other two remaining sides are not equal to each other. That type of figure is known as the polygon, having two opposite lines parallel to each other, and having just only four sides is known as the trapezium. So, and one thing we need to keep in mind when we take the concept of parallel line, at the time, if we see these two lines, if these two lines are straight to each other and parallel to each other, at the time, if we draw perpendicular line, okay, in this way, wherever, okay, if these lines are perpendicular, then if the length of this one is 5 centimeter, this one also becomes 5 centimeter, this one also becomes 5 centimeter. It is the properties of parallel line. They pass by making straight equal distance in between them, isn't it? The properties of parallel lines are they never touches each other, or they never intersect each other, they never meet each other. They passes by making equal distance in between them wherever and up to where they move. Okay, that means if those two parallel lines are carried in this way, okay, straight lines, then if we measure the perpendicular distance in here, then it becomes also 5 centimeter. So you need to keep this in mind. It is a thing to be known by you in order to derive the formula in case of trapezium as well as other figure. So I am going to draw a perpendicular line in here. Okay, let's divide the whole trapezium. Before constructing a perpendicular line, let's divide the whole trapezium into two triangles, because we are going to use the formula of triangle in order to derive the formula of trapezium, isn't it? So I am going to join this diagonal. Okay, I have joined the diagonal and I am going to keep the name of this trapezium as ABCD. ABCD is a trapezium where AB and CD are parallel to each other, and then after a diagonal you can join either BD or AC, but I have joined in here the diagonal BD. The points B and D are joined by a straight line. Now, to dear student, now in case of this parallel line, two parallel lines, you can keep a code word parallel line first. Both are parallel to each other, so you can keep to this one as parallel line second, parallel line first. It doesn't mean that the down one should be kept as parallel line second. You can keep by reversing the symbol as well. So the whole trapezium is divided into two triangles. Now we need to use the formula of general triangle in order to find out the area of the whole trapezium. We need the height, isn't it? In order to use this formula, we need the height, as here is h mentioned. So let's construct a height in here. From D point, from the vertex D, a perpendicular line is drawn in this way, and to this one we write as h. Just now, what did I say? In case of two parallel lines, if we draw the perpendicular lines, then the length of those perpendicular lines are always equal to each other. So if we draw another perpendicular line in here, okay, a perpendicular line here, okay, then the length of this one and the length of this one are equal to each other, and we can write to this one also as h. Now let's derive the formula of, if we find out the area of this triangle BCD and then after area of triangle ABD, all together when we combine together, we find out the area of whole trapezium. So let's find out separately the area of triangle BCD as well as the triangle ABD. Area of triangle BCD, one is BCD, and plus, why plus? Because we are combining together the area of those two triangles in order to find out the area of trapezium, the whole trapezium ABCD. Okay, now area of AR dot means AR dot means it represents area. Okay, in mathematics you can write AR dot, it means area. Okay, like to the volume we denote just only B, isn't it? So area of triangle, which one is the triangle? As we have taken BCD, we have taken this triangle. Now the remaining one is ABD. So ABD. Okay, now as the both triangles are made by us a general triangle, so let's use this formula 1 by 2. What is the base to this triangle BCD? BCD's base is P1. Okay, because here is perpendicular sign, so wherever in between the altitude or the height and a line there is 90-degree sign, that line except the altitude is known as the baseline. So base is given as P1, and then after in case of height exactly there is h. So in order to find out the area of this triangle, base into height. Because why we are using this height? Because this triangle also came this vertex up to the parallel line, down one parallel line, isn't it? So if somebody say that what is the height of triangle BCD at the time from this parallel line to to this parallel line, the straight distance which line covers, that one is known as the height. So this one is the height to this triangle. So 1 by 2 base into height, it is the area of triangle BCD. Similarly, here is plus sign, so we copy the plus sign. Now area of triangle ABD, 1 by 2, we take 1 by 2, and our base. What is base to this triangle? It is simply a general triangle, isn't it? So base is P2. So P2 into height means exactly again the same height as. Now if we combine together, if we want to combine together, then 1 by 2 is common, isn't it? So we can take common 1 by 2 in between these two. We have taken common these two, and in case of height, these are also common. So h, again height is also common, so we kept common h. Now what remain in here? In this term there is P1 plus now this side P2. So it is the formula of area finding of trapezium, 1 by 2 h bracket P1 plus P2. What do you mean by P1 and P2? We need to understand, dear student, because if we don't know what do you mean by P1 and P2 and h, then how will you find out the answer or the solution of the questions mentioned in the book as well as in the examination? It means h means the height of the trapezium, and for P1 and P2 means the parallel line first and parallel line second. The arrow having straight lines are known as the parallel lines, and among them we suppose one as P1 and another one as P2. So when this formula is used, okay, just only I want to do a question, okay, these two lines are parallel to each other. It has 10 centimeter length and it has 12 centimeter, and the height is given as 2 centimeter, okay. At the time 1 by 2, what is the value of h? Looking at this figure, it is 2 centimeters. So just only write 2. No need to write the unit. Later on at last you can mention the unit after finding out the answer. So P1 means you can suppose any one among these two as P1 and P2. So 10 centimeter is P1 and 12 centimeter is the P2. So in this way, now 2 to cancel, 10 plus 12, it will be 22. And what is the unit of area? Area finding out unit is always square, isn't it? We need to keep square with the unit. As there is the use of centimeter, so here will be centimeter square. If there was the use of meter, then meter square. So this is the way of finding out area of trapezium. We did isosceles triangle and trapezium. So if you have questions, if you get such type of question, and if you don't know formula to use this formula directly, if you don't know, then you can take the concept of this triangle, and then after you can derive the formula, and you can do all the questions regarding the trapezium as well as isosceles triangle. So in the upcoming days, we'll discuss about the different types of solid figures as well as the plane figures, so that you will be able to do any type of questions regarding plane surface as well as the solid shape easily. So by saying that much, today's class is over. Stay tuned, Janata Television. We hope that in the upcoming days you will be benefited by watching Janata Television, and if you have not understood in proper way, in the evening time, this all classes videos will be displayed in your YouTube channel. So do not forget to subscribe the channel Janata Television, so that you can recall those all materials whatever we have presented on the board. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much.